Hello and welcome to a brand new video. So today you join me for another Premier League prediction. That is right, in this game week we are predicting Premier League game week 25 predictions. So that is right, there are 11 games being played this game week, so it's a double game week for us FPL fans. But anyway guys, that's the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already. This series is where I talk about each side, each matchup, to give you my prediction at the end of that conversation. So without further ado, let's begin with our Premier League 25 predictions. Let's go. Kicking us off on a Friday night, it's Brighton versus Chelsea. So Brighton with a massive 7-0 defeat to Nottingham Forest. That is right, 7-0. I can't believe what happened to that game, but like I say, they didn't really play that bad either, but obviously Forest was just so clinical. That is what caused that massive scoreline. So going into this game week, we'll have some massive effects. They did win in their FA Cup 4th round, so hopefully that can counterbalance the confidence in the side. But damn, 7-0 defeat, that's a -7 on your goal difference, and if you're fighting for, like, you know, Europa League, Champions League spots, you know, -7 on the goal difference is pretty bad. So hopefully they can turn it around, because I love Brighton. The way Brighton are playing this season is, you know, really good. I just think, like you say, they just wasn't clinical enough against Forest, and Forest were clinical. So we'll see what happens with that one. But they're up against Chelsea, who beat their London rivals West Ham 2-1, which puts them now in 4th place. So during the transfer window, they did lose João Felix and Axel Disasi in the transfer window. Yeah, I think Chelsea trying to balance out the books a little bit personally. But anyway, they did beat their London rivals 2-1. See them in 4th place, so that will give them some boost going into this game. But I think, guys, Brighton will want to come out this week and give Brighton fans something to cheer about after their massive 7-0 defeat. So that is why, guys, I've got Brighton to beat Chelsea. I've got Brighton to beat Chelsea 2-1. Next we have Leicester versus Arsenal at 12:30 on a Saturday afternoon. Leicester lost 4-0 to Everton, their relegation rivals, and that is a massive defeat, okay? Considering they beat Spurs 2-1 the week before, their performance against Everton was no excuses, man, no excuses. They had such a poor game. Obviously, they went 2-0 down really early on within like the first 5 minutes. I think that sort of, you know, balanced the game a bit. But yeah, they did lose to ManUtd in the FA Cup, but they did get robbed. But Leicester did play some quite good football. But damn, you know what, guys? Personally, I think time is running out for Leicester and Ruud van Nistelrooy. I think Van Nistelrooy will stay to the end of the season. But I don't know, man. The way they are playing, you know, Leicester are playing some good football. You know, great passing, but it's their defence that lets them down massively. They're up against Arsenal, who beat Man City 5-1. Fantastic result by Arsenal. They did play some amazing football, but it has just been confirmed yesterday as you're watching this. Kai Havertz has pulled his hamstring, so they have 4 attackers out for this game against Leicester, and that will give Leicester a bit of boost, because they've got Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, Saka and Gabriel Martinelli. So 4 of their best players are out injured. So hopefully, you know, that'll give Leicester some boost going into this game, because they only have 2 fit strikers in Trossard and Sterling. So we shall see what happens with this game, guys. Obviously, we shall see what happens. They do sit in 2nd place though, 6 points behind Liverpool. So they've got a point to prove. So just on that, guys, I do think that Arsenal will beat Leicester. That is why I got Arsenal to beat Leicester 3-1. Next up we have Aston Villa versus Ipswich. So Villa have one of the best transfer deadline days, you know, for a while, okay? They signed Rashford deadline day, and also Marco Asensio, who is, by the way, a Champions League winner. You know, he's won everything, this Asensio. So yeah, so Villa had such a fantastic deadline day, and to their players right there. And you know what? If Emery can get Rashford playing the way we all know he can play, then Villa will no doubt sign him next season. But we'll see what happens, guys. But they did lose in their last game 2-0 against Wolves, which puts them now in 8th place. So they will want to bounce back this week against Ipswich side, who also lost to relegation rivals Southampton. So very, very poor defeat, okay, very poor defeat by for Ipswich Town, losing to their relegation rivals Southampton. So again, just like Villa, they want to also bounce back this week. Kieran McKenna will get that into his, into the players' heads, because obviously they keep losing games now, especially against teams who are lower than them. Then it could, it could have massive, massive consequences. I think Villa will come out this week and destroy Ipswich Town. Okay, so I've got Villa to beat Ipswich 3-0. Next, we have Fulham versus Nottingham Forest. So Fulham with a fantastic 2-1 win against Newcastle. And because of that right now, they sit in 9th place and are fighting for Europa League football. Marco Silva has done a fantastic, fantastic job for Fulham. And, I love to see Fulham in a top 7 finish, because I think this year they actually deserve it. They've done super, super well, and fair play to them right there. They're up against Forest, who we all know beat Brighton 7-0, which sees them now in 3rd place, but with a massive +7 on their goal difference. So that will be crucial going into these last final 13 games. So let's see what happens, man. It's going to be exciting. They did go all the way against Fleetwood Town last night, as you're watching this, down to penalties. They did start some second team players, but they did bring on their main stars. And to be fair, that might have a bit of effect on the players, due to obviously going full 90, the full extra time, and also penalties. So we shall see what happens. But I do have Forest though, guys, to beat Fulham. I've got Forest to beat Fulham 2-1. Next we have Man City versus Newcastle. So Man City in their last Premier League game lost 5-1 to their top 4 contestants Arsenal. Very poor defeat again. Last night, as you're watching this as well, they did lose to Real Madrid in the last minute against that's in the Champions League playoffs. So Man City's form again is slowly dropping, and they're up against Newcastle, who lost to Fulham 2-1, which now sees them drop down to 6th place. But the way Man City are playing right now, guys, Newcastle can beat Man City. There's a time start the season where I thought Eddie Hearn lost it for Newcastle, but obviously, in the last 15 games he has turned it around, and he's they're back to where I think they probably are. So fair play to them right there. They stuck by the manager and they kept on pushing. So just on Man City's form right now, I do have Newcastle to beat Man City, because I think that Real Madrid game will hurt them a little bit. So I've got Newcastle to beat Man City 2-0. Next we have Southampton versus Bournemouth. So Southampton with a fantastic 2-1 win against Ipswich Town, sees them now on 9 points. So it might be a little bit too late for Southampton to bounce back from this massive, massive point gap. But you know what though, guys, I say to you all the time, the Premier League is full of surprises and anything can happen. So for that win against Ipswich Town, give them a big boost. It should do, but they are up against Bournemouth, okay, who obviously lost 2-0 to Liverpool, but there's no harm done in that, guys. No harm done. They battled well, they fought hard, and that's all you can ask for. Because of that, Bournemouth do sit in a Europa Conference League spot in 7th place. So, you know what, Bournemouth will want to bounce back this week against a lower side, and you know what, I think they will, because obviously the way Bournemouth have been this season, they've been such a great side to watch, and fair play to them. So just on that, I do have Bournemouth, guys, to beat Southampton 3-1. Next up we have West Ham versus Brentford. So West Ham have lost again to their London rivals 2-1. It hasn't been a great start, okay, for Graham Potter. Yes, I know he's been lacking a striker, but they've got Jared Bowen back now. There's a massive, massive boost, by the way. He's their captain, their main star. So can this Jared Bowen news be good news for you West Ham fans? It could be. Obviously, he's such an important player. And yeah, Potter, man, he's not been up to a great start, like I said. But, give him time. He will come good. Trust me, guys. Because Graham Potter is such a good manager. Yes, he has been at the game for so long. But that big break can always benefit you. So we shall see what happens, man. They're up against Brentford, who lost 2-0 to Spurs. A bit of a shock defeat, to be fair, because the way Spurs are right now, Brentford are a bit on form. So yeah, a poor loss for them. Brentford do sit in 11th place, so again, they are still in the slight hunt for Europa League football. So we shall see what happens by the end of the season. So but yeah, I got this game to be one of the more boring games this weekend. So that's why I've got this game to end as a draw. I got this game to end as a 1-1 draw. Next up, we have Palace versus Everton. So Palace with a fantastic 2-0 win against ManUtd. So Mateta is back to scoring goals. He's their key, he is their star striker. He didn't really hit the ground running this start of the season, but he has, in the last 10 games or so, he has done pretty well. So getting him back scoring goals is a massive boost. They've signed Eze, like I said to you, from Millwall. He looks a decent player, he looks a very decent player. So and also on deadline day, they signed Ben Chilwell. By the way, what a signing. Yes, I know he's not played all season under Enzo Maresca for Chelsea, but what a signing. If Palace can get him playing to his standard, man, they're going to be a good side at the end of the season. So damn, fantastic deadline day bonus there for them. Ben Chilwell, which on his day, personally, is one of the best left backs we have in England football. So fair play. They're up against Everton, okay, who are on a massive 3-game winning streak. You know what, guys? David Moyes came in and he has stapled his philosophy on the game, okay? So he has come in, he has changed Everton drastically, by the way, drastically. So fair play to David Moyes right there. Everton on a 3-game win streak, and they are slowly but surely creeping out of the relegation fight. They're still in there just, guys, because they are 26 points and Leicester are on 17, so only 9 points in it. But if they keep winning games, man, they should be fine. But yeah, he's came in, guys, and he's literally come in and demanded his style of play within the first week. So, but anyway, I do have this game to be quite an exciting game. That's why I've got this game, guys, to end as a 2-2 draw. Liverpool versus Wolves. So Liverpool, fantastic. Liverpool with a 2-0 win against Bournemouth. To see them 6 points clear at the top of the table. They did lose to Plymouth in the FA Cup, but people always say, these big teams do not take it seriously, but what Liverpool had in their team against Plymouth is still good enough to beat a Plymouth side who sit bottom of the Championship. So, but anyway, overall though, they still lost. Fair play to Plymouth, fair play to them right there, but they lost, but that won't hurt them. They're bored about the league, guys, and they are 6 points clear, and personally, I can't see anyone stopping them. They're up against Wolves, who beat Villa 2-0. Fantastic win, okay. Diego Pereira's come in, and again, just like David Moyes, he has stapled his style of play pretty quickly. And because of that now, they do sit 2 points clear out the relegation zone. So again, they are slowly creeping out of it, but they are nowhere near finished yet. Cunha, their best player, the star player, signed a new deal on deadline day to keep him at the club for another 2 years. So can they keep hold of him? We shall find out. What a player. He's their captain, so it makes sense. But obviously big clubs will want to come in for him because, to me, guys, he's a standout player. And yeah, if he stays at Wolves, then I think he'll probably regret it, if I'm being honest. So just on that, guys, I do have this game to end as a 2-0 win for Liverpool. Never thought I'd be saying this, guys. Okay, so this is a relegation clash survival. It is Tottenham Hotspur versus ManUtd. This is 13th versus 14th. So yeah, Spurs did win their last Premier League game 2-0 against Brentford, but they did lose to Aston Villa in the FA Cup. And from minute one, guys, Spurs fans were saying "Ange out." So from the start of the kickoff, guys, they were singing getting sacked in the morning. The fans want Ange Postecoglou out. not, and I see why, because his performances have not been great. Okay, yes, you can argue about all the injuries they have had, but realistically, guys, they still have a fantastic side, even with all their injuries. And you know, that's just an excuse. Personally, it's just an excuse, because they still have a fantastic side. But I think if he loses this game as well, then it could be, you know, he could be off. They're up against ManUtd, who are also in a bit of a tricky situation. Okay, they got rid of, you know, Marcus Rashford, their loanee, to Aston Villa. Yes, they might regret that. They might regret that. They did lose 2-0 to Palace, but they did beat Leicester 2-1 by a lucky offside goal. So they haven't been great. And Amorim, the way he is playing right now with the squad, I don't know if he is the right man for the job, guys. Let me down below in the comments. Do you think Amorim is the right person for the job? I don't think he is. I don't think he is. I mean, I've watched ManUtd recently, and yes, they do, you know, they don't have a proper, you know, world-class striker, okay? But again, just like Spurs, they have a good side, and I don't know. I think Amorim, you know, he could be off, you know, if the results do not change, because I know he's only young, but the way they are playing, it's just not being good enough, okay? And that is my personal opinion. So just on that, guys, I do have this game to end as a very exciting draw, but not great for both sides. I've got this game, guys, to end as a 2-2 draw. We are down to our final game of the game week. This is game 11. So there's an extra game being played this week. So get your FPL squads ready. But anyway, this is Villa versus Liverpool. I've gone through all the teams already, so I'll give you my quick prediction. So yeah, so both of these teams will be wanting to win, but you know, this game could be one of the better games of the whole week. So that is why, guys, I've got this game to end as a 3-2 win for Liverpool. There we go, guys. That's my Premier League Game Week 25 predictions. If you have any of my decisions, let me know down below in the comments. And damn, there are 14 games left of the Premier League season, and it is spicing up. It's Premier League titles, relegation clashes, and it's going to be exciting, guys. So like I say, thank you for watching the video, guys. I'll see you guys next week for a brand new video. Anyway, see you soon. Good night.